Hi guys, welcome back to Living in Canada. In case you're new to this channel is all about living, working, and studying in Canada. So if you are one of those who wants to come to Canada to study or to work, then you're at the right place. I myself have been in Canada for 2 years now. I came over here 2 years ago to Toronto with my husband to study and to start a new life over here. And I'm so excited to be sharing my experiences and what I know about living here, coming to Canada with you guys. But just a note up front, to be sure to get the most updated information about anything related to immigration, please do check out this website which I put down below here, because what I am going to share with you are my personal experiences, but I do not give out any kind of legal advice, so please always make sure that you check for yourself. So let's go right into answering this question. I bet a lot of you guys out there are asking yourselves, if I go to Canada to study, let's say for a year or two, what can I do afterwards? Can I actually stay in Canada to work, or do I need to go back to my home country, which is maybe not that ideal, right? And the answer is yes. In most cases, you will be able to stay here after you've studied, even for 1 year, and you can stay here under a permit that is called the Postgraduate Work Permit, or also known as the PGWP. And this is something that you almost certainly get, but of course there is no 100% guarantee to this, because there are always cases where someone does not get his or her PGWP. But I would say in most cases, if you adhere to all the criteria and all the rules, if you attend your classes regularly and you don't miss most of your classes, if you don't work unauthorized and so on, then it is very likely that you will get this PGWP. And for how long will you get this, and how does it work? So let me explain a bit more about this. The length of your PGWP, or your Postgraduate Work Permit, is related to the length of your study. If your study program was for 1 year long, then you would get a PGWP that is also 1 year long. If you've studied for 2 years, and this is the great thing here, if you've studied for 2 years in a row, then you will get a PGWP for 3 years. This is according to the latest rules, and as I said before, please do make sure that you check out the CIC website to always be updated about the most recent information. So what can you do with this PGWP? The great thing is that the PGWP allows you to work anything for any employer, except there are a few exceptions. But later, once you get it, you will see that the areas where you are not allowed to work in are quite obvious. But in general, you are allowed to work for almost any employer. You can work full-time or part-time. You can be permanently employed or work freelance. It's really up to you. But if you want to stay in Canada for the long term and eventually apply for a PR, then it is wise that during the time that you hold your PGWP, you work in a job in an area that is related to your field of study or your career in general. Because once you apply for your PR, one of the things that the officials would likely want to see is, I cannot say for sure, but they will likely want to see that there is some continuity in your course of study, that it connects to your career, and that you're not just all over the place. And also, if you work full-time for a year without a break, that will also later on add to your points when you apply for your PR. But enough about PR. I will explain about that in another video. So let's go back to the PGWP. So when do you apply for your PGWP? You apply for your PGWP at the end, towards the end of your study. What I mean by that is that actually you can only apply for your PGWP once you've graduated and you have your postgraduate certificate program certificate or your bachelor's degree or your master's degree, but you would already start preparing towards the end of your study. So you have all the papers in order, etc. So once you've got your certificate, your diploma in place, then you can immediately apply for the PGWP. One important thing I want to add is about PR or permanent residence, because many people mistakenly think that you can only apply for your PR or permanent residence once you are in Canada and you have already studied studied or worked here. And that is partly true because your chances of getting a PR would be much higher. Usually because you would have worked here and studied here, you would get more points that would count towards your PR, because the PR simply goes by a point system. And one of the criteria is that you've worked here for X years and you've studied here for X years. But it doesn't mean that you have to already have worked and studied here before you can apply for that PR, because in fact you can already apply for PR even when you are still in your home country. You can apply anytime. The thing that matters is, do you have enough points or not? So it could be the case that you're now still in your home country, wherever you are, in India, China, Germany, Australia, or whatever, but somehow you already have sufficient points to apply for PR. And if you have enough points, then you can have the chance to be admitted into the PR program right away. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on other videos related to living in Canada, including working and studying here. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you an awesome day, and I'll talk to you again soon.